Strugglers, we've come to the end of yet another year. And this one was perfect. I've never really done the thing where I take a look back at my year and see like all the things that I've done within that time. I usually just use this as a time to finally relax for like a week and mentally prepare for next year. How you doing? Keep it moving mentality, you know? But this year I want to take some time to reminisce. I worked ridiculously hard to get out what I think is pretty decent content into the world, and I want to take a little walk down memory lane. I feel like I'm constantly learning and improving and just making better and better content as time goes on. So I think it'll be interesting to see how this year has progressed. I originally thought this was going to be an easy video to make. I thought wrong. I ended up spending more time recording this one than I have with any video ever. So if you're interested in hearing some fun facts or behind the scenes info or just my own personal thoughts about every video that I made this year, let's hop in a time machine and get to it. Dude, I have to call them. Hello?
Hi, how are you? Kiapik calling back from Kiapik.ca. I see you have interest in one of our hot creations.
Oh, yeah. Well, what have I gotten myself into? I think I have to block this number, right? Key Epic calling me back while I was recording this was the icing on the cake of a video that I was already very happy with. That was honestly one of my favorite moments from the entire year, and it happened in the first video that I posted, so off to a good start. He ended up posting a video kind of publicly declaring that he was going to stop spamming comments and kind of change his ways, but since then, that video has been deleted and he's back to his old self.
I saw you from over there. I think you're fine as fuck. Yeah.
He is only selling posters on his merch store now, so I guess baby steps. Also, this was the first video that I was actually in this decorated space, and it gave me a sense of some consistency for the first time in my whole YouTube career. Usually I'm all over the place and it kind of clutters my brain. It's just one other thing to think of, like, oh, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna shoot this? But this really brought a lot of peace of mind in that aspect. So thank you to my parents for helping me put this together. It changed some throughout the year and you'll see that during this video, but this was a great start. I want to be in the drawing.
Don't stop now. Here's another opportunity to win.
What's all this now?
Click Match Now. You know you want to.
I don't want to, ma'am. There's a tiny voice in my head saying,
but, you know, somebody has to win, Scott.
And I'm so annoyed that my brain works like that. I wish it didn't. I will never say if I intentionally licked that Sharpie or not. You'll have to stay awake at night wondering about that. When I was prepping to make this video, the day that I registered for a bunch of the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes, I was at a coffee shop and it was so embarrassing because I was sitting in a spot where like everybody could see my laptop screen and I was just being such a boomer, like signing up for all these online giveaways. I'm sure everybody in there was looking at me like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And to add insult to injury, I didn't end up winning any of those. I signed up for like 4 different ones. And I didn't get a single dollar out of that. In my opinion, this is a top 5 video that I made this year. So if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. I'm going to periodically say stuff like that throughout this video, and it's probably going to sound really corny and narcissistic, but hey man, I think I've made some good stuff this year and I want to recommend the best ones to you.
So she's like, ooh, we're gonna do I don't know, I can't think of somebody who's not controversial in history anymore. Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen. 5 years from now, we're gonna watch this back and be like, why did we say Scottie Pippen? Oh, not Scottie Pippen.
I'm not quite sure why it hasn't worked out for me yet. Obviously, my educational and career choices have forced me to move around a little bit in the past few years.
You gotta hop around. You gotta set up your Scottie Pippen at every...
Oh yeah, she's touring the country during the Scottie Pippen displays. And I really hope Scottie Pippen doesn't do something really bad. Jaden is currently working very hard painting cabinets, so she could not join me today, but everybody show Jaden some love for all the hard work she does. I love her and appreciate her very much. I gotta give an update on Erica. She is in fact married and has a child. When I went to edit the video originally, I went and I looked that up to see if she had been married, and I didn't find anything about it. Nowhere that I looked said anything about that, so I just assumed that she was still single. But her Instagram bio says otherwise now, so I don't know when that happened, but you know, no matter. Congratulations, Erica. I suppose perpetually single was a little too pessimistic. As far as I know, Scottie Pippen has yet to burn down an orphanage, so that's good. Also, I love making videos with Jaden, so if you have any other suggestions for things that might be fun for us to take a look at in the future, I would appreciate that. Just send them to me wherever you can comment or something like that. So yeah, next video.
Luke is always pranking his mom, his little brother, and me.
That's right, big bro. This time we're pranking you.
Frankly, we're beyond fed up with all of your antics, you little
We're gonna cut your brake lines and poison your Cocoa Puffs.
Are we at the right house?
You know, one thing I did want to get, though, is I wanted to get a photo so I could get the cover of the magazine. So when I get maybe a little gun show action right here.
Yep, this is for the cover of a magazine. Want to make sure I get a good magazine cover photo. Let me just grab my Ashton Kutcher Nikon Coolpix camera. I think this might be like the ugliest color combination background I did all year. I always try to match the vibe in the room to like the topic that I'm talking about. And I think what I was going for was the PrankStars logo, but you know, it's not the purple and the red. It's just, you know, I probably could have done something a little more visually appealing. I remember feeling pretty exhausted and burnt out around the time that I was making this video, just like from life in general. And I think you can kind of see it in my eyes. This is the video that I remember the least about, but I just went back and rewatched it and I actually really like it. I don't know why it doesn't stand out in my mind as like one of my better videos, but it has like all of the pieces to be a banger. It's got the sketches, it's got Jaden. There are a lot of jokes. Like some of my videos don't have that many jokes. They just like kind of lend themselves to being silly. But this one I wrote a lot of jokes for. Also, Jaden makes 2 appearances in this video, which is very rare. So if you want to see that, this is one to check out. I don't remember that happening. It's like I got hit in the head really hard right after I put this video out and I just forgot everything about it. But it made rewatching it super fun. So I also hope Mitchell is doing well. It wasn't just the fact that the guys would always vote for the girls to do the water challenges. It was more so the fact that production made them strip down into their bikinis on camera every single time. They dedicated a lot of screen time to this.
You see, we know that God's word is for everyone, and now that our song is done, we'll take a look.
So here I am, 6 years old, sitting no more than 5 inches away from the TV screen, drooling all over the place. This was one of the first times that I covered a whole show as opposed to just like one episode of something. It took so long to sift through all of the episodes online and like pick out relevant things to talk about and showcase when I was editing, because I was talking about like the entire run of the show. So this one was a beast to put together. I love going back and talking about stuff that I first discovered like when I was a child, and then seeing how my perception of things have changed since then. I think it's an interesting way to go about making a video. This was one of the most intense examples of that because of how sexual the show was. I was piecing together that bikini compilation set to the VeggieTales music, and Jaden walked in on me editing and was like, "What the f*** are you doing?" It's a weird job. I have a very, very weird job. Some people have asked whether or not the whole trapeze artist kink joke at the end was like real or not. And a gentleman never tells. But I really did root for the Jacksonville Jaguars for years, so I'll leave you with that.
Clown College, the only school of its kind in the entire world.
Oh, thank God. I'm already starting to feel a little intimidated by how many clowns are in frame here.
Maybe one day you'll be a clown with the greatest show on earth.
How about you guys back up a little bit, all right? Give me some space. Your breath smells like a bag of nickels. I stayed up till like 2 in the morning one time watching videos about being a clown because I wanted to do this whole deep dive into the history of them. But then I realized that was going to take a really long time to do, and I had a deadline. So I decided to do just a more lighthearted commentary over just the Ringling Brothers Clown College videos. I added that whole thing at the end with me trying to do a routine with my dog Louie at the last second. We're going to do the one where you run under my legs. Remember how we practiced that? Come on, Louie. There he goes. All right, you missed, you were close. Come on, Louie, there. He's actively avoiding it. Any excuse to get up and away from the desk and do something unscripted is very welcomed. I get bored like watching a video if it's just somebody sitting there talking the whole time, because I have the attention span of a goldfish. So it makes it even worse for me when I'm editing a video of my own and I'm just sitting there the whole time, because when I'm scripting something out, I'm visualizing it, you know, in my head. And then when I record, I'm doing it. So I'm kind of like visualizing and, you know, acting it out. And then when I go to edit it, I'm seeing it again for what feels like the 3rd time already. So I'm already kind of bored of it. But if I do something that's off the cuff and I'm editing that, it feels like it's more new to me. It's more fresh and it's more exciting for me to work on. So I like doing stuff like that as often as I can. It just keeps the process moving and it keeps me more engaged, which is always good when this is your job.
They look like they are dating.
Yeah, I think so too. The way she's
Because
holding
the way
his
she's
hand.
holding him, but I feel like you're trying to trick me.
You think so? Well, I'm not trying to trick you. I don't know the answer. They're trying to trick you? I'm locking my answer in that they're dating. You can see the dude's nipple through his shirt. I mean, you don't wear that on a date with your sister,
Well,
bro.
I mean, I think dating.
Okay, so we both think they're dating. Let's check.
Shut
Why?
up.
Okay, you were right. They're
Yeah,
playing
like-
games here. They're trying to trick us into.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Let's just keep that in mind. All right, let's go to the next one. He's touching her boob. They've got to be siblings. Okay, based on logic. Another video with my wonderful wife. This is actually the day that these hoodies came out, and it's still the most support I've ever had on any merch ever. So thank you so much for that. Just the other day, I made a community post, and there are still people making the sibling jokes. So it's good to see that we got a bunch of freaking comedians here. Also, shout out to everybody that recognized blood related in the outro to this video. I appreciate that.
See you later, let's go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now you want the trophy like you knew you would.
This is a sin. God will not look favorably upon these people.
Anybody be willing to actually step up and be drained completely?
Drained completely?
You know what? I'm gonna pass. I think I'll pass.
We don't care if you can dance, sing, or tell jokes. All we want to know is one thing. Are you hot?
YouTube when they're picking who should be on the trending page. Overall, I don't know. 2 out of 10? I'd rather watch big heads. Ah, the birth of the big heads meme. Good times. I recorded this one on my birthday, and my parents got me these new swim trunks. I think they make me look very handsome. Also, I'm trying to be as accurate as I can with these set recreations, and I wanted to get the gold balloons that I had in the first one, but I went to Party City and they only had these ones. The gold ones were all sold out of the 2s and the 5s. What the hell, Party City? But no matter, we continue on. I talked about the show Killer Karaoke in this video as well, and I said that I'd never heard Steve-O talk about it, but a couple months ago, he brought it up in a video on his channel, and he said that he wasn't proud to be a part of it because the show was kind of cruel to the animals that were on there. So it's good to know that I wasn't the only one that freaking hated that show. Is this the longest video I've ever posted? Let me check. Oh yeah, this is by far the longest I've ever posted. It was a lot of work, but it was also a lot of fun. It was good to just not talk about one single thing. I covered a lot in this video. A lot of people have told me this is their favorite video of mine, and I've also had people say that it's the first one that they saw, so like it's what got them into my channel. It is also where the whole PBS thing started, so lots of good stuff came from this video.
No, this is new rap for me.
How do you like it so far?
Her eyes are begging him to just swallow her entire skull whole. Just unhinge the jaw and is that what women want? I have no idea. Hey, look, I got a new camera lens for this video. Also, for all the people asking, yes, my mother-in-law did buy me this shirt. I left a comment on the Pass It On website during this video, and I still don't know if it ever got approved. When you go through them, there's obviously a ton that flooded in the day that I posted the video. And one of them says it's Scott from North Dakota, but the video went live on April 15th, which is the day that it says this was posted. But I posted that comment on the day that I recorded the video, not the day that the video was posted. So I put the comment up on April 9th. Maybe they just timestamp them in the order that they approve them. That's obviously a possibility. But otherwise, they just like gave me the middle finger and approved all of your guys' comments and never approved mine. What the hell, Foundation for a Better Life? You know what would make my life better is if you approved my freaking comment. Also, that brick wall PSA that I talked about.
We were kids, and he expected us to build the Great Wall of Philadelphia, and he wanted it to be perfect.
Look at that. Huh? Frickin' Will Smith just told that exact same story on his YouTube channel. Anyway, thank you so much, Dorothy, for the shirt. I'll wear it with pride forever. And yeah, this is maybe the most wacky background setup I had all year, but I don't know, it's kind of fun. I got cold feet though. I ended up going back to normal right after this video. I'm just kind of a normal guy, you know? I'm not into all the wacky stuff, I guess. Oh well, anyway, let's just move on to the next video.
Okay, who are you?
This is not the last thing you want to see before you die. Look at Iron Man! Eat your heart out, Robert Downey Jr.
Boom, 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 base milk. Smile in your face milk. Put you on the spot milk. Question, got milk?
What did you expect people to do? What do you want them to do with the milk? A little TikTok hashtag is gonna completely reversed the declining sale of milk over the last 4 decades. It's so dumb. The day that I walked into this room to record the Got Milk video, I noticed that an acoustic panel had fallen off of my wall and smashed my microphone. It busted it. It totally broke. It doesn't work anymore. But luckily, all along, I had this one sitting right back there. So I just swapped them out, and I actually think that overall this one looks better here and that one looks better there anyway, so it all kind of worked out. Throughout this video, the one that you're watching now, I haven't actually been recording with that because it's broken. I just have set up this microphone. I just was setting it here on the desk behind and then talking into this. So yeah, that one's long gone, RIP. This was actually one of the video concepts I was most proud of. Coincidentally, a couple of days after I uploaded this, there were a lot of viral tweets and Instagram posts about the Got Milk campaign. Somebody sent me their Spotify Wrapped this year and my Got Milk song was on it. You guys have incredible taste in music.
He's in the Navy right now.
George, there's something very fishy about this.
All right, folks, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you again next time.
There's so few of us.
Well, in that case, there might be more before long.
Gross! This is supposed to be our protagonist? I'm not rooting for him. He's been a human man for like 40 years. He should not be considering having sex with a fish. Call me old-fashioned, but Henry, you shouldn't want to bang a fish, man. This time when I walked in here, that same panel had fallen off the wall again, but this time it broke the TV that I use as a monitor. Needless to say, that bitch is screwed into the wall now. I did an interview with my siblings about the movie at the beginning of this video, and that part was actually filmed last year, so I've been sitting on this Mr. Limpet idea for a while now. I don't usually like making videos about movies in particular, because it's just one thing, and I don't like having to watch the same movie multiple times. I get bored. So that scripting process is usually pretty brutal, but this is one of the exceptions for me. I love this video. Somebody also sent me this picture that they photoshopped after it came out. Incredible stuff. Incredible Mr. Limpet. Incredible stuff. Okay, whatever.
Seduction is really about your untapped power that you're not using, that you want to unleash.
She sounds like a Sith Lord.
You've not tapped in.
I know your full potential. Whatever he says. Unlimited power. The whole reason we made this video in the first place was because all the stuff in my studio kept frickin' breaking and I needed to fix everything. So I figured that the videos that I film with Jaden usually aren't in there anyway. And it'd be easy to shoot one somewhere else in the house. So we did another TED Talk video. This might actually be the last one of those that we do, just because like it's hard to find a good combo of bizarre and also like entertaining to actually watch, because a lot of the ones that are like quote unquote bad are just on topics that we don't know anything about, so it's hard to like add jokes, or it's just really boring. It was a fun little series, and if there are still more that exist out there that people know about, then we will do another one, because I like doing the TED Talk videos, but it's just been hard to find those. Hey Jaden! You wanna come here for a second? Look who it is. Look at that, it's Jaden.
Hi.
Yeah.
It's just fun. I like doing it with you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You've been in a few different things. What's your favorite video that you got to be in?
I like the murder mystery one.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying hi.
Are you a Simpsons fan? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Bart Simpson. What's happening, man? Seriously.
I'm not cute today.
Shake my hand.
I think Nancy might have seen that clip from one of David Dobrik's old vlogs of Tom Kenny, who's the voice of SpongeBob, and he was doing his voices in front of the whole group, and they were just freaking out.
I'm ready!
Also, side note, SpongeBob agreeing to be in a David Dobrik vlog? That aged like milk. See, that piece back there is one of the things that broke and needed to be fixed. Don't worry, it comes back eventually. When I originally started making this video, I wanted the main focus to be on Nancy Cartwright forcing people to care that she's Bart Simpson. But one, I thought the video might come off as a little mean. And two, there just weren't enough examples of her doing that. There were, don't get me wrong, there were more than there should have been, but it wasn't enough to turn into a full video. So I went looking for other examples of different celebrities doing that. And I found some, but most of what it was like rappers not being recognized by people in public. stuff like that. And it just like, they didn't seem to really care. So I ended up kind of switching gears and talking about that TikTok guy that would go up to people in their houses and ask, what do you do for a living? You know, the video was a scramble. It was not at all what I originally planned when I started working on it. And I thought that it was going to suck. So I was really stressed out, but it ended up turning into a decent video regardless. And then there was like this really fun sketch that I got to film in it. So I liked that. Also, immediately after I got done recording this video, I shot an audition tape for Survivor. Still waiting to hear back. There are these billboards that are spread out all across the state that say, North Dakota, the rush hour commute. At least that's what it used to say. I don't know when they changed it to this.
Hearing a thump on the ground was funny.
This was a video I'd wanted to make for over a year. I just didn't know how to go about doing it. I kept thinking I needed to like react to the clips or whatever, because that's what I do, you know? That's not what I do, but that's what people, that's the box that people put commentary YouTubers into. Jaden and I were on a walk and she was just like, why don't you tell it like a story from start to finish, like the whole process? Duh. I had all of the footage and all of the screenshots and stuff. I just needed to make a narrative out of it. So thank you, Jaden, for convincing me to break out of that little commentary bubble that I've trapped myself in for so long. Also, we drove around for hours trying to find that North Dakota billboard after we finally just gave up and went back to the spot that it used to be. Then like a week later, Jaden and I were driving back from Montana and we found the freaking billboard in a totally different city. It's like the state of North Dakota was personally teasing me. This video is another easy top 5 for me from this year, so if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.
Meet Matt, the mutt. Hit us with your best line.
Got something on your bum, really? And I say yes, my eyes.
I'd like to see if I can actually be attracted to someone looking like a monster.
Hey, it worked for my ex. You get it? Because she was a monster. I had a single ex-girlfriend. All right, you guys have a good night. I'll see you guys. I wanted to dress up as one of the sexy beasts for this video, so I went to Party City looking for like a monster costume, but literally all they had was a crappy Zorro outfit, some hula skirts, and like a cheap doctor's costume. When are you ever not gonna let me down? That store is the worst. So I knew my sister had this like Sully onesie from years ago, so I asked her if she would dig it out of the storage closet. I will say it's a little more than snug in certain areas, but it worked for the video, so that's really all that mattered. Usually you only see about here. So there, at the very beginning of the video, I was like in the back, crouched over all spooky-like, and I was crouched over for a reason. Let me just say that. This was also the first time I passionately defended the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I stand by that opinion and I will until the day I die, okay? Wake up, sheeple. They're not as bad as you're supposed to think they are. Who wants to date me? The new version of Sexy Beast has since come out and Jarvis made a video about that, so watch that if you are interested in seeing how the show has changed. Spoiler alert, it hasn't. But wait until you're done with this video, please.
This right here, this will be called, don't ever play yourself. That's what he's called, don't ever play yourself. Okay. Give thanks for the remake. Perhaps some dinner, anyone?
This one might be called Mufasa Didn't Deserve That. Maybe I want to be the little spoon sometimes. This one is Dinner's Getting Cold. I know that's a single player game. Don't tell me you can't pause it.
I heard you never outfit repeat. Is that true? No.
Mr. Youngboy, you and I could not be more different. I found these pictures from 2013, and the only things that I don't still regularly wear are these dang penguin shoes. Like, look at this. You thought I was kidding? Here they are. During the part of this video where I actually went sneaker shopping, I bought this pair of like, sneaker Tims. It's these right here. I bought these while I was out there. And I said the reason that I was buying those was because it was what Mr. Gigi had suggested I buy when we were on a call earlier in the video. It's like pretty much exactly what he described. Dude, look at this. What a deal. This is a steal. And boy, you have no idea how many people commented and they were like, oh, that's not what he meant when he said that you should get Tims, bro. Those aren't Tims. Tims are supposed to be boots. You're so dumb. You don't know what Tims are? Well, guess what, suckers?
There's a lot of Tims that are like, to me, like really special event Tims, right? And then there's more casual ones that just look really nice. They look like really nice shoes, and I feel, and they're comfy too. I don't know.
Is it only boots? Do they make anything other than the boot style?
Yeah, because I have a pair of blue Tims, and they're more like casual. It's kind of more like your bottom left shoes. What would you consider those boots?
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
But it's like that, except blue.
Those are what Gigi was talking about. I just cut it out of the video. You dingus. You should feel so silly right now. Don't ever question my sneaker choices again.
You type what you wanted to say here.
I've been a naughty girl, and I need to be spanked.
Nice.
Let me try. You've been a bad boy. You need to be punished.
My turn.
Uh-oh, is this the Naughty Boys Club? Count me in, honey.
That's what I'm talking about.
Their demographic is so weird. It's like creepy, horny dudes, people that want to start a porn website, and peeping toms.
Losers, in other words.
Well, it's a solid business model. The GoDaddy video ended up being my most successful of the year, which is pretty telling. You perverts. It was honestly a last-second idea that only took a couple of days to make, which that's usually how it goes. The TED Talk video from February also did very well, and that was like the easiest video I made all year, so. It seems like the more time I spend on something, the less views it tends to get. Pros and cons of being a YouTuber, I guess. One of the nice things about YouTube that I don't think a lot of YouTubers like take into consideration is that your video, in theory, is like up forever once you've posted it. So like, sure, maybe it's not getting as many views as your last few videos are getting, but like it doesn't live and die in the first few days of your upload. Just let it breathe, man. Make good videos, make art that you're proud of. Not that this is necessarily art, but I think you know what I'm saying. I try my best to make stuff that I'm proud of, no matter how many people see it, and that's kind of what keeps me going at this point. On the roller coaster ride that is being a YouTuber, that's one of the things that keeps me chill. If I like a video, if my family likes a video, if my boy Tyler likes a video, you know, that's really all that matters to me. If you guys like it, that's just an added bonus. Thank goodness you guys like this one, am I right?
Rodiarch, spelled backwards, is traitor. No. I've had all of you on tape since the very beginning, watching all of your moves, recording our conversation.
Wait a second. You mean to tell me that on this TV show, surrounded by cameras and microphones, you've been recording us? You scoundrel! I think if I was on the show, I would be...
Pool boy, capable of opening my eyes underwater, despite the fact that I have contact lenses in.
This is now the third time I've put this costume on for a video, and I don't think it's ever been worth it. Somebody did make some fun fan art of it, so thank you for that. This video in particular was so much fun to make because I got to watch Who Wants to Be a Superhero for the first time, and that show is so silly and campy, and the people like Major Victory are such a breath of fresh air that it just like, for the first time in a long time, making this video made me feel kind of like in awe that I get to do this as my job for now. Every now and then all of this starts to feel kind of exhausting and overwhelming with like all of the all-nighters that I pull editing videos and just the mental exhaustion that comes with like trying to put together a cohesive narrative for every video. It takes a ridiculous amount of work for me to make something that I'm really proud of. But this one brought me right back to like the good old days, you know, like when I was 15 years old, just like making a video, goofing around. It still took me a long time to make this. A lot of hours went into it, but I don't know, something about it just kind of brought out that sense of wonder in being a YouTuber again. I feel like this is one that I'm gonna look back really fondly on for forever. Wow, yikes. Way too sentimental probably, huh? It was a fun video to make. All right, let's leave it at that. Ugh.
Again, Brenda has 60 seconds to hit that target next to the Gladiator. Pretty weak effort there.
I hate to say it, but I gotta agree. Abysmal attempt. I mean, my goodness, she hardly got that thing to go 3 feet.
Had that hand grenade, but loaded with something other than glitter. Brenda would have blown herself up.
Speaking of constant all-nighters, this was one of those videos that I didn't have fully fleshed out until like 2 days before it needed to be done. I knew I wanted to talk about the show American Gladiators, but I had no clue how I wanted to go about doing that. Once again, Jaden came to the rescue. Jaden has been my guardian angel through this whole year, but she suggested that I compare and contrast the original show from the 80s and the remake from the 2000s. They're making a new version of it now, again. But anyway, from there it was just hours and hours of watching episodes of the show and trying to piece together like a fun, positive narrative around everything. I probably could have just gotten on here and been like, damn, American Gladiators fucking sucks. This show is bad, and the people who made the show are bad. Because you can say that about literally anything, right? I'd rather find the charm in something than just sit here and tear it down. Sometimes people will send me messages and be like, hey, here's a movie you should make fun of. It's like, is that, I don't think that's what I do. I don't just like make fun of stuff. Or at least I sure try not to. That's like not the energy that I want to put out into the world. Even like The Incredible Mr. Limpet, which I clowned on during like a whole video, even that had charm in it. Like I loved the movie. I hate the movie, but I love everything about like my interactions with the movie and like the reason that I was talking about it wasn't just because it was bad. I always want there to be more than just that. I was talking to another YouTuber, Mike Crocker, as a matter of fact, if you want to check him out. And he was saying the same thing. Like he sees the thing bad genre on the internet as just like so, it's just like, it's done. We can move on from that now. But something tells me that genre is not going away, seeing like the people coming up now. And it's like, whatever, do your thing, whatever. I will not do that. Or at least I'll try not to. I'm not always gonna do that. That's not my brand. So anyway, also I take my shirt off in this video, so. You're welcome. They wanted as many people sharing this experience online as possible, which is cool, but it makes it really awkward for all the performers on stage because everyone's just staring into a flip camera and not paying attention. I don't know if I could perform with just a bunch of soulless cameras staring back at me. Somebody left a comment on this video that said, can we just take a second to appreciate the fact that Scott got another Fred shirt to match his old picture? No, this is literally the same shirt. This is the shirt that I got for Christmas in middle school. I've had this for over 10 years. I didn't go buy a new one. It's this same shirt. Also, I pointed out in the video that I purposely made my hair look silly like this so I could match the footage from 2008, and there were still so many people that were leaving comments like, what the hell is wrong with this dude's hair? I did it. I did it on purpose. It is kind of humiliating knowing that there were a number of people who saw that video and only that video from me, so they think that that's just what my hair looks like. Hindsight is 2020. Maybe I should have not made my hair look so dumb. The guy playing Guitar Hero in that video was Freddie Wong, by the way, if you're familiar with him. I did, in fact, know that. I didn't say his name on camera. I was like making a joke during that part of the video, so I didn't actually point out that it was Freddie Wong. But I did know that. There were a lot of comments about that as well. You think I could really sit here and call myself an OG if I didn't know who Freddie W was? Forget about it. My buddy Nick also sent me a clip from this video that kind of blew up on TikTok. I can't escape it. No matter how hard I try to distance myself from that godforsaken app, it follows me. If you've been watching YouTube kind of since the beginning, this is another easy top 5 video. I highly recommend it. Even if not, if you just want to hop in the time machine and see what things were like back in the day, you know? It's very interesting how much things have changed and also how some things have stayed the same.
Apple Jacks don't taste like apples. Because the taste of sweet cinnamon is the winner, man.
Did they just say it doesn't taste like apples?
Yeah, they're really trying to distance themselves from the apple part of
Then
Apple
why
Jacks.
did they put apple in it?
Is the winner, man.
They must have pulled people and then like,
They're like,
we hate the taste of apple.
they're like, we've made 1 million of these boxes already. And then like they pulled like kids and they're like, ew, apples? You put apples in here?
They're like, no,
there's another thing in here.
I'm all alone in this shot and it looks super lonely. The only collabs I've ever done with other YouTubers are Mr. Gigi and Joel Haver. It's a very short but very strong list. Joel actually had the idea to watch through the Apple Jacks commercials for this video. And I was like, you want to do what? We were out getting lunch and he was like, trust me, dude, the commercials make no sense. The storyline is all over the place. You're going to think they're hilarious. You're going to love them. So I just went with it and he turned out to be right. It was a great video. Thank you, Joel. We also made a video on his channel. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it in like a card or something right up here. I'm open to more collabs with people if they have a good attitude about stuff and a similar sense of humor as me. On that topic, I'm still waiting for Eric to pass through the area so we can watch a movie together for pretty much it. I have a secret way of knowing what color your fairy wings would be based on desserts. Is the secret that it's all made up? I will say I'm a sucker for a good color association quiz. You can see me rocking that blue lightsaber all day. So let's just take the quiz and my fairy wings are also blue. Gosh, that was just so much fun. I think I'm gonna take the quiz again and use the exact same answers as the first time. What the frick? Something looks wrong. This doesn't look good without the long hair. I need to grow that back, man. That was a good look. A bunch of people that watched this video thought my shirt just said Daddy Bowl. As funny as that would be, it's actually the GoDaddy Bowl. Jaden found this shirt at a tent sale, like right after I posted that GoDaddy video, so I freaking had to get it. There's actually a full section of this video that I recorded, but I didn't edit. It was me taking a few BuzzFeed Family Feud quizzes. It would have made the video too long, so I didn't bother putting it in there, but if that's something that you're interested in seeing, let me know and I can like post it on my second channel or something. That's another example of one of those off the cuff things that is just like more fun to edit. So I might actually put that together. I think it would make good second channel content. We'll see. It's not like you're gonna get murdered for dropping a glass or anything, right?
Oh, who is that?
Well, I stand corrected.
There's been a murder.
We're trying to figure out who did it. Here's his billfold.
Whodunnit?
Whodunnit?
Don't worry, guys. Julian is safe and sound. I got him right back there. Julian, you got anything you want to say to your fans? Right on. Very cool. This video was a freaking joy to make. From start to finish, I loved every single second of it. I think it strikes that perfect balance of what I've always wanted to do with this channel. I get to do the commentary stuff, and I get to be away from the desk. It was almost a perfect 50-50 split. It was so much fun to make. For the murder mystery part of it, I spent an entire day, longer, it was more than an entire day planning and setting everything up. I sat at a coffee shop and created this fake ESPN fantasy football league just for the computer screen in one of the rooms. I drove to every Halloween store in town looking for like a big fake skeleton to use as the dead body. And freaking nobody had it. Like literally no store was selling that. I don't even know why. Like why would you not have a big skeleton? So I ended up going to Menards and picking up Julian here. Thank goodness he was there. He saved my life. Freaking Party City. Again. You failed me. I'm sorry for punching you in the face, by the way, bro. I did not mean to do that. It was the heat of the moment. Cool, cool. I don't think I've ever gotten a more overwhelmingly positive response to a video than I did with this one. I was thinking that someday if I finally start streaming, like when I get a second to breathe, it would be kind of fun to watch through Whodunnit on stream. I don't know the rules with doing stuff like that. It's probably not allowed, but it was just a fun thought that I had. This video easily flirts with the #1 spot in my favorites of the year. There is one other one that might just barely beat it out, but gosh darn it, this is about as close as it gets. If you haven't seen this video, I highly recommend it. Huge thank you to my family for always being so willing to help me out with stuff like this. It's just fun. It's so much fun, and I cannot believe that this is what I get to do for a living right now. I don't know what I was expecting, smelling that. Here we go, a little ASMR for you. I deserve so much more than this. All right, well, the jury is in. Is that a phrase? I don't know. I think it's freaking water that 30-plus-year-old white guys with a podcast like to drink. I wasn't talking about Cody. I know he mentioned it in a video too, but I had to message him like right away after this video came out because of when I said the 30-plus-year-old white guy with a podcast thing, literally look around, man. It was not a shot at anybody. Everyone always thinks like when you make a joke about something, you're taking shots nowadays. It's not shots. It was an observational joke. If you take a second to look around at all the 30-plus-year-old white guys with a podcast, you're gonna see this every single time.
I don't know, people think that we're like beefing now, I guess?
It had nothing to do with Cody specifically. I had a bunch of cans left over from when I filmed this video, and Jaden's been drinking the sparkling ones out of the black can, and you'll never guess what she says. Every time she drinks one, she actually says, "These are good." You don't usually refer to plain water as being good, as tasting good. And I guess that the carbonated one is different. Like this one is literally, as I've said 100 times, this one is just plain water. Okay, so there's nothing inherently good about this. In my opinion, in my opinion. But the sparkling one, that there is something about that that's different. So I'll let it slide. Really quick, candidly take a sip here. Oh man, that is pretty good actually. LD, hit me up with that sponsorship. It's really easy to jump around a video clip and put things out of order. I do it all the time. I'm doing it right now. Look at this timeline. Look at all the stuff that came chronologically before what I'm saying right now. What did I say here? Why did I put this before that? Because it fits the narrative better. It's such a subtle thing that the show did in order to enhance the storytelling of the episode, but it takes away from the legitimacy of everything. I think the most important tidbit of information to share from this video is this is a Matt Stoney hoodie. It's his merch and it's no longer available. A lot of people ask me where this hoodie came from. Sorry, you can't get it anymore. I'm sure you can get knockoff versions, but that wouldn't be very supportive of our guy Matt, now would it? Also, what the heck is that thing, huh? What's that little guy? Is that one of those makeshift plushies that literally every YouTuber does a campaign for? It's a little struggle bug. If you want one, I'll mention it again when the campaign starts, sometime in like mid to late January, I think. Should I give a little preview of what he looks like? It's a clearly Canadian bottle. It's not milk, okay? It's one of those. Oh my gosh, also, I need to, who the heck was it? There was a couple that was on, I believe, Love is Blind that commented on this video. I gotta find it. The Hamiltons, baby. Check them out. So, that's kind of fun, huh? Yeah, this video was received really well by you guys, so I'm happy with that. Watch where he puts it.
Hiya, Sue, baby. How's tricks?
Bro. You couldn't have possibly been more suspicious with that. So, what's the skinny on like the crime stuff or whatever? You guys know anything about that? I love crime, by the way. Do crime all the time. I don't know if you see I'm wearing this leather jacket, so I'm a little bit of a bad butt.
More bad pennies. You're out of circulation.
I freaking love making the Batman videos so much. This is one of those that while I was editing it, I was actually like cracking up. Is that lame to like laugh at your own jokes? I don't think it's lame. This video hit that rock bottom 10 out of 10 in the YouTube studio thing. So it might be a little while before I tackle another Batman episode, just like for the sake of my channel. Maybe I just gotta like clickbait the title and thumbnail better next time. Although I would kill for that number of views like a couple of years ago. So I'm not saying the video didn't get a great amount of views. It just like really doesn't stack up, which is funny because like, didn't I just talk about that a little bit ago? A video does not live or die in comparison to your other videos. So maybe I should take my own advice. I have so much fun making them, but it is something that I need to space out quite a bit. Maybe not 2 years in between, but I don't want to just be like, oh yeah, once a month there's a Batman video. This is one of those shows that was made the way it was very intentionally. It's purposefully very silly. And I knew that I was going to be making this video while I was making the previous video about shows being real or fake. And in that previous video, I had said, it's fun for commentary YouTubers to suspend their disbelief and, you know, talk about things and react to them as if they're real. Sometimes that's fun to do. And the reason I said that was a setup to me talking about this, because last time I did it, people were in the comments like, don't you get that this show is like purposefully silly, purposefully like a joke? And it's like, yeah, I did. Obviously, I understood that then. So anyway, that's just like one of those little things that I put in to the video. Batman Part 4 in 2023? I guess we'll find out. Good job, Nick. Congratulations on being a freaking beast. On the other hand, me and my brother were not doing a good job. And my dad took notice to that and decided to be an absolute Chad and show us how it's done. My own father, why you gotta do me like that? On my channel? How dare you? As a matter of fact, he was talking shit the whole dang time.
How are you feeling about your sons right now?
It's sad. It's kind of embarrassing, actually.
The first race was more of an ignorance is bliss type of situation. We no longer had that bliss.
I don't remember how nervous I was last time, but I think I'm much more. I'm incredibly nervous right now.
No, I don't think I was nervous at all last time.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we got this.
How are you feeling?
I don't know.
Not great. I'll be honest, I don't feel great.
Well, I never drink beer even if I drink, but I hate beer so much.
We can do it a different day too. We don't need
No.
to do it today. This is my all-time favorite video of mine. I spent so much time combing through the footage from all 3 races to build this story of like failure and redemption. From now on, this will be the video that I recommend to people in real life when they ask me what I do for a living. I had reached out to a few different editors looking for help on this because it was going to be such a freaking beast to put together. So I wanted, for the first time, help editing something, and literally all of them ghosted me mid-project. So I ended up editing the entire thing myself, which was exhausting, but very rewarding. One, I would just like to say, f*** you guys, you know who you are. I will literally never work with any of you in the future. And 2, like I said before, it was very rewarding to do it myself. So thank you guys. I've posted 29 videos this year now, including the one that I'm filming right now. And I've probably pulled 20 all-nighters to get them edited. I've aged 10 years this year, but at least I have some good content to look back on. It was worth it, in my opinion. Jack Frost is a menace in this universe.
No more Frosty, no more Frosty.
My God, he's off his rocker. Look how gleeful he is. What are you, the Joker? Well, you know how these Christmas movies tend to go. Frosty is brought back to life by true love or something, so he and his girlfriend are back together and they're gonna get married now. And Jack's pissed, obviously. Monogamy? More like monogamy. Stupid. And that brings us to the final video of this year. It warms my heart to see so much support for the 1998 Jack Frost movie starring Michael Keaton. Up until this point, I had never in my life heard somebody say anything positive about that movie other than my own family. So to see all of the comments that actually agree with me, it truly is a Christmas miracle. This was also the second time that I passionately defended The Amazing Spider-Man. I told you I will die on this hill. Also in this video, I said, it's currently 3:27 in the morning, and I'm not going to sleep until I'm done editing this video. And I actually can't believe that this happened, but I was still editing this video at 3:27 the following day. It's currently 3:27 in the morning, and I'm not going to sleep until I'm done editing this video. I did take a little 4-hour nap in there, though, so don't worry, guys. I'm taking good care of myself. It's a glamorous life, baby. You gotta do what you gotta do for the job that you love. So that's it. That's a wrap on 2021. Seems wild that I started the year in this room, and it's where I'm gonna end the year as well. Other than the videos that I made with Jaden, everything happened in this room, which is crazy for me because I'm the king of inconsistency. It's been fun. It's been surreal. Every video is a lesson, and I learned a lot this year. And I'm gonna take what I've learned, and I'm gonna put the phone away, and I'm gonna put the computer away, and I'm just gonna live in the real world for a little while. We'll see each other again. This is not goodbye. But in the meantime, maybe consider taking a break yourself. I've said that quite a bit this year, and maybe now is finally the time that you give that a shot. Just give your brain a rest from the constant stimulants. I was told by an insider once that if a lot of people are leaving the website after watching one of your videos, the algorithm really does not like that because obviously they want people to stay here and watch more videos and watch more ads. So your channel kind of gets punished if people are exiting out of YouTube after watching one of your videos, which is what I encourage people to do. So that means that kind of indirectly I am punishing myself in a way, and I don't care. I don't care. I used to watch the show Zoom when I was a kid. It was on PBS, shocker. And something that they said in every episode, I think it was even in the theme song, was if you like what you see, turn off your TV and do it. They actively encouraged people to turn it off. And that stuck with me. The clicker is in your hands, strugglers. If you feel like you need a break, you can take a break. And sometimes you don't feel like you need a break. But I'm telling you, it might feel really good. It might do good things for you if you just take a break. This is not to say that I don't appreciate every single one of you for all of the minutes, all of the hours you've spent watching my videos this year. That is incredible. I can never say thank you enough for that. I'll say it, thank you. That's not enough, but it's a start. You guys watching, this is so corny, but you guys watching has made all of the late nights that I talked about, all of the stress headaches. It's all been worth it because of you guys watching. Now let's just collectively give ourselves a little time to breathe. I will be back next month, next year, you know, that's a little more spicy. I'll be back and I'll be refreshed and ready to get back after it. And I hope that you are too. Until then, once again, thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you again very soon, but not too soon, okay? Not too soon. I'm like stretching this out because I don't really want to go. I don't want to say goodbye. I'm acting like it's going to be forever. I will be back in a few weeks. Just let go. Let go. Let go. Take your break, Scott. Take your break. Goodbye.